Hey everyone, welcome back to another video where we talk about everything related to God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, salvation, miracles, and more. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on this video. It really helps us out. So thanks for your support. Now let's dive into the topic at hand. Where did God come from? Who he really was before creation. In Exodus 3:14, God revealed his name to Moses, saying, I am who I am. This Hebrew name, Ea, Asher Ea, literally translates to I will be what I will be, or I am what I am. There's no explanation needed here. There's no one or nothing behind him. He just is. He doesn't need to be or become anything. He simply is. In John 4:24, Jesus tells us that God is spirit. This means he's not bound by physical limitations or the laws of physics. He wasn't confined to a particular location or galaxy in some sort of pre-created universe. God is unbound to space or time because he is a spirit and he is the creator of both space and time. He is limitless and beyond our physical constraints. You may think this question has an obvious answer, but it's actually quite complex and profound. He created the universe and humanity because he wanted to share his love and glory with others. He wanted to create beings who could love and worship him, who could appreciate the beauty and wonder of creation, and who could experience life in all its fullness. We experience life in a physical body and we interact with the world through our senses. But God doesn't have senses or a physical body. We can choose to accept his love and grace or reject it. He was free from the constraints of space and time, matter and energy. He was perfectly complete and fulfilled. He created out of love, not need. And the Trinity was always there. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And if you liked this video, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you join our community. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Was the Trinity always there? You bet. God was always Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Before creation, the Trinity existed in perfect fellowship and love. The Father sent the Son and the Holy Spirit as the bond between them. But that doesn't change the fact that God created us out of love, not need. He doesn't see, hear, touch, taste, or smell. God didn't need anything or anyone to feel fulfilled. The Father didn't always decide to have a Son or to send a Holy Spirit. It's just always been this way. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit are three distinct persons, yet they are one in essence. It's a mystery that we can't fully comprehend, but it's a reality that we can choose to believe in and trust. And if he depended on something or someone else, then that thing or person would have to be more powerful than God. This goes against the very definition of God. He is the Almighty. He is the source of all power. We do have to understand every single detail to have faith in God and trust in his word. What matters most is that we open our hearts and minds to the possibility that God is eternal. He is self-existent, that he is a spirit, that he is perfectly complete. That he created out of love and that the Trinity was always there. He doesn't need anything or anyone else to be complete. He has always been perfect in love, power, knowledge, and holiness. He doesn't need anything or anyone else to be complete. He doesn't need these things because he is pure spirit. He was never trapped or limited in a pre-created world because he is a spirit and the creator of that world. He created every star in the sky and every creature that lives on it. All these things are a testament to God's power and creativity. They're a reflection of his perfect nature. He didn't need to create anything. He chose to do so because he wanted to. So get ready for a deep dive into the origins of our Creator and space outside of matter and energy, outside of anything that we know or understand. And the answer is, he was simply everywhere and nowhere. Because all those things were non-existent until he created them. The answer might surprise you. God didn't come from anywhere. He just is. This might seem like a simple and even simplistic answer, but it's actually incredibly significant. God is eternal, which means he has always existed and will always exist. He has no beginning and no end. He was not created by anyone or anything. He doesn't depend on anything or anyone for his existence. He simply is. Let's start with the basics. Where did God come from? This concept is beautifully illustrated in the Bible. How can we understand or comprehend something that's timeless? Time only exists because God chose to create a universe that unfolds over billions of years. Before creation, there was no time, no space, no matter, no light, no darkness, no anything. Why? Because everything had to first be created by God. God is the creator of time itself. He alone exists outside of it. Well, the truth is, we can't fully understand it. We can't wrap our finite minds around infinite concepts, but we can marvel at the mystery and wonder of it all. We can choose to believe in a God who is eternal, who needs nothing and no one because he is complete in himself. Now, you might be thinking, well, if God is eternal and outside of time, how can we talk about him in any meaningful way? When we think about God being outside of time, we have to remember that time itself was created by God. Another important point to consider is that God is spirit. In the same way that we can't comprehend eternity, we also can't fully comprehend the concept of God being a spirit. So when we ask where God was before creation, we're asking where he was outside of time. But what about God's nature? Was he always perfectly complete? Did he need anything or anyone to feel fulfilled? The answer is no. Think about it. If God needed something or someone to be complete, then he wouldn't be God. He would be dependent on that thing or person. The Bible tells us that God created everything out of nothing. He spoke the universe into existence. He formed the earth and the seas. Why did he choose to create? Well, the answer is love. God created out of love, not need. Of course, we humans have free will and we have the ability to choose whether or not we want to love and worship God. And finally, let's talk about the Trinity. The three persons of the Godhead, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. This relationship is eternal and unchanging. So to answer the question, where was God before creation? We can say that he was everywhere and nowhere. He was timeless and eternal. We may never fully understand the mysteries of God, and that's okay. Do you believe that God is eternal? Let us know in the comments below.